Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Snort, snort, snort.
Code. Drip.
Snort, snort.
I got the drip. Go. Let's talk about yesterday, a little segment that I like to call, if I could click it, Phil's Day Off. Okay? Now, first time that I really had a day off in 2 weeks. The week before was when I was sick, and that was the day when I had all my groceries getting delivered and everything. And then I ended up doing a night stream instead. You know, I didn't really have a real day off for 2 weeks. So this was my first day off in a couple of weeks. And thankfully, I did not have to do too much in regards to like errands and things like that. Like a lot of these days off, I have to run around, I have to do appointments, I have to do a bunch of things, I have to cram them all to the same day. In this case, I really only had two things: grocery store and pet supplies, and that was it. So it wasn't a huge deal. Sorry, I know that's disgusting. After last week's debacle ordering groceries and having to pay extra money to have them delivered, only to have them be delivered super late and everything, I was not doing that this week. I said, I'm going to the grocery store to buy stuff. And it made sense too, because this week my wife wants to try out a couple of recipes that either she hasn't done in a very long time or like a new one. Like, for example, she makes this really good Japanese curry, and we used to have it all the time, and then we haven't had it in, like, I'm serious, like a year. And all of a sudden we're like, dude, let's do the Japanese curry. Like, that's such a good dish. So I had to get those ingredients. I'm like, well, I want to see what they got there and pick from the shelves rather than me trying to guess online what they're going to have and try to order and deliver. And get this. Today, we are doing homemade deluxe baked nachos for dinner. Dinner nachos. It's just listen to this. First of all, rather than a fatty bad meat, we're going to do ground turkey that's going to be seasoned and fried up with some like taco flavor seasoning. All right? And in it, it's going to have olives, pickled jalapenos, pico de gallo, queso, plus some Mexican blend cheese. Refried beans, okay? All over these, I bought a giant bag of restaurant quality tortilla chips. And then we're going to have like sour cream on the side and stuff to dip it in too. So I was like, we love nachos, but, you know, we don't really order them that often. We're like, why don't we make our own? And this way we can pick the ingredients that we want, right? So we're actually kind of having this really cool dinner tonight. And we've never done this before. We never made our own like this. But that's what I mean, like having to going to the supermarket and picking these ingredients out while I was there versus guessing what they're going to have, trying to order online, and then getting a bunch of substitutions or, you know, it's much better that way. So this should be pretty fun today if she does make them, because I think she said she wanted to make them for dinner today. It'd be a good way to reward myself after my first ever session of Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer, have some homemade baked nachos. Should be pretty good. But anyway, so, you know, that's pretty much what I did, you know, with the grocery shopping. We needed some pet stuff for Jasper and stuff like that. So, overall, I was out like maybe 2-3 hours yesterday doing that stuff. Outside of that, we actually did a little bit of house cleaning. And we did manage to get Like a Dragon Gaiden. It did show up on Game Pass yesterday. It was so weird that it never showed up for preload, ever. It only showed up once it was live and available on Game Pass. Then you could download it, but it was never like available beforehand to preload. So we did load it, but then my wife ended up not really feeling like playing it yesterday, so I didn't get spoiled or anything on the game. We ended up watching a lot of someone else playing Alan Wake 2. And let me tell you guys something, and we'll talk about this because I want to give you my final thoughts on the game. But the whole point of Alan Wake 2, all right, is that there's two protagonists, and you can switch between them on the fly. And when you do that, it creates variety, and it makes the game better, all right? We're watching someone who literally, they claimed they were going to do that, and then they proceeded to play with one of the characters only for like 10 hours, and it makes the game so fucking boring because you're doing the same gameplay over and over and over with no variety. and it makes it feel very boring. And I was thinking in my head, you know, that's exactly why Alan Wake 1 wasn't as good. Because in Alan Wake 1, you're just playing as Alan Wake. It's one style of gameplay. There's no variety to it. And once you get halfway through the game and you realize this is the whole game, you get bored. With Alan Wake 2, because you have the two protagonists and because you can swap between them, that's really where it excels, in my opinion. So, what's weird about that is, why would you choose not to switch when it's a gameplay mechanic that's in there, right? So we're watching this guy play, and he's just like, not switching. And we're like, this is going to be so boring. He just keeps doing the same thing over and over. Why? I don't understand. I don't know. And it's funny because, again, so many people criticize my playthroughs, right? And they say that my playthroughs suck. And then I watch these other people, I'm like, these are way worse than mine. They really don't try to make their playthroughs interesting in any way. Imagine if I played Alan Wake 2 and I literally just played with Saga the entire fucking game and never swapped. Wow, wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be fun gameplay? Wouldn't you be bored to tears? So, I don't know, man, but this is what other people do, and then people say that I suck. So that's why I just don't listen to the bullshit anymore. I know that people have just been nitpicking me for years and years, because I do my best to try to give you guys variety. When I play a Soulsborne game, I try to swap weapons, show you different builds, show you different play styles, show you variety. When I play a game with character swapping, I actually try to swap the characters to show you variety. Like, that's the point, right? So, anyway. Yeah. We watched a lot of that, and, did we do something? I felt like there was one other thing I wanted to tell you guys about. Oh, I tested Modern Warfare 3. Now, I gotta call out a big bullshit story, alright? So, if you remember, earlier this week, okay, all these news stories came out about Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, and the news stories basically said, oh, Modern Warfare 3 is a huge hard drive hog. If you want to play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, this game takes up over 200 gigabytes of your hard drive space no matter what format you play it on, and it doesn't care about your other games. It requires you to waste that much space. It's crazy, right? And everyone reads this as fact and says, wow, that's terrible. I mean, why would it take up so much of your hard drive space? What a hog. That's really messed up. The whole story's a lie. Yeah, the whole fucking story was a complete and utter lie. How do I know? Because last night, I downloaded and booted up Modern Warfare 3. Okay? Here's how it works. You can choose what content you want to download in Modern Warfare 3. Oddly enough, when you buy Modern Warfare 3, they allow you to download Modern Warfare 2. Why? Because it's the same game. Now, do you have to download Modern Warfare 2? No. You don't need it at all, but it's there and available. You can choose to actively download it if you want. You just don't have to. Okay? When you're downloading Modern Warfare 3, it actively has multiple downloads available. Multiplayer, Warzone, Campaign, and these 5 add-on packs. Each one of those segments I just described is around 20 to 25 gigs in size. So if you install all of the pieces of Modern Warfare 3, it's around 100 gigs. Then there's these 5 add-on packs, and they're only 10 megabytes each. So I don't even know what the hell they are. Okay? But that's what's available. So what did I do? I said, well, what am I playing today? Well, all I want to do is play the multiplayer. You know, eventually I'm going to get to Warzone. And I don't know if I'll ever play the campaign. You know, the reports are that the campaign of this game is terrible. And I'm not really caring that much about it. I thought that the Modern Warfare 1 reboot campaign was decent and good. I thought that the Modern Warfare 2 campaign was meh, not that good. I've heard the Modern Warfare 3 campaign is atrociously bad. So I'm like, I don't want to download that. So all I downloaded was the multiplayer and the 5 add-on packs. The multiplayer, I'm not kidding you, 20 gigs. And then I added the add-on packs. That was it. And I think, okay, I take it back because there's a base game download as well. So it might be like another 20 gigs. So I think all in all, actually, I can actually tell you. Here, if I go on here. Oops, I booted the game by accident. That's not what I meant to do. If I go to My Games and Apps, and I go to Call of Duty, Manage. Okay, So right now, with the multiplayer only installed and those add-ons that were necessary, okay, the game is 133 gigs on my Xbox Series X. Okay? So that's being matter-of-fact honest about it. Now, if I downloaded Warzone, it'd probably be another 20, 30 gigs. If I download the campaign, it'd probably be another 20, 30 gigs. But that's because they're all separate. They're not even the same product. Is Warzone the same as multiplayer of Modern Warfare 3? No, they're not the same game. It's different modes of the same game, but they're definitely not the same gameplay. Is the campaign the same? No, of course not. So, the entire story is a lie, because guess what you can do? You can boot up just the mode you want and play it. I know, because I confirmed it last night. On my day off, I booted up Modern Warfare 3, and I went to multiplayer. And, of course, I turned on all the settings, so there's no pop-ups and shit, which is good. We got it already ready for today. And I booted it up, and it worked. I was like, so let me get this straight. 130 gigs on my hard drive. I can play it. It's not 230, 260 gigs. They lied. And the answer is yes, they lied. All of these fucking websites, okay, all these news websites, they're all going for clickbait stories now. Every one of them is going for a clickbait story because they don't have news anymore. They're literally drama sites and not true gaming sites or even true news sites anymore. They just care about getting clickbait views for their fucking ads. So they all reported this false article because every one of them did it. It was like every major outlet reported this a few days ago. Oh, you need 260 gigs to play Modern Warfare 3. It's a complete lie. You download what you want, you play what you want. Sure, if you're someone who's literally going to be playing the campaign, Warzone, and multiplayer all at once, then maybe it's 260 gigs. Who the fuck does that? Right? Who the fuck does that? And the other thing is, if you're playing the campaign, you finish it, you delete it. Why are you going to leave the campaign on your hard drive? You beat it, it's done, fuck it, get off my console, right? So what are they talking about? And it really pisses me off because I'm tired of this bullshit drama news. It's not real. I'm tired of the bullshit. So anyway, I'm ready to go for today, and I did test this last night. That's why I wanted to let you know. I spent the time, I was like, let's get this going. Let's make sure this works today. And I was like, well, what do I got to download? And I get it all set up. I'm like, so it's completely wrong what they said. Like, not even close to what they were reporting. Anyway, so that's really my day off. I don't really have much else to say about my day off. It wasn't the most eventful day. At the same time, I needed a more relaxed day after the insanely stressful week to week and a half I had being so sick. It was appreciated to spend some time with my wife, watch some Alan Wake, have some food. And we ordered, of all things, we ordered sushi for dinner. My wife was craving sushi, and it's funny because she was basically saying, that she wanted to prepare for Like a Dragon Gaiden. And she's very excited for Like a Dragon Gaiden. She loves the series. So she was feeling some kind of Japanese food. And I said, well, there's various things we can order. We can get like a teriyaki from somewhere. We could do like a ramen from somewhere. But we're thinking about, let's get sushi. So we ordered some sushi, and we got this one kind that, it was interesting because it was salmon, but it was also shrimp tempura, and it had like mango on top with like a chili sauce. It was like a completely unique combination, and we really liked it. We thought it tasted really good. So, anyway, excuse me. Yeah, that was my day off yesterday. Not super eventful. All right. If you can bear with me while I blow my nose, I'll be right back, and then we'll continue. I hate this cold.
I got the drip going. 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 I got the drip going.
It's like a faucet that's dripping. Can't make it stop. So what do you want me to do? Have a mute button that every second I'm tapping the mute button just in case I'm gonna have to clear? Like, this is what I mean. These dumb kids. This is what it is. It's dumb kids.